Hey bitches! This is Tom coming to you from Shanghai and I'm back for another Eurovision reaction video. I have to stop saying so. It's really annoying. When I edit, I have to edit out so many times. I'm continuing on with my latest series where I go through all the entries from last year and use them as a sounding board to discuss the 2020 season which is upcoming. Next up on the list is number 39 and that is Croatia. So this is actually my first mover. The first 40th, 1st and 40th, they were already there. This is my actual song that moved down. Croatia was represented by Rocco. The song was called The Dream. If you saw my initial review of this, there were a couple of things that really bothered it. I'm gonna see what the final performance is actually like. As far as I remember, those elements that bothered it are still in the performance, but we'll see, we'll evaluate that. And then we'll discuss what I'm hoping for from Croatia in the 2020 season. Okay, so headphones in. Wanna know my secret? Bang. Ooh. I'm hoping that at some point one of these songs that I've rated low, I'll actually will grow on me and I'll bump it up my ratings. Wow. Cool starting. See, this is the type of thing you won't have seen in the arena. I would have seen it if I'd looked up on the screens, but not watching the stage. I don't remember that little do electronic bit being in the back. I don't know if that's revamped. It's got a nicer softness in his vocals here at the start. I'm very sure it's going to get shouty, but it's a better start. See, the kind of theme they've gone for is very kind of like silly fancy, like computer game fancy. Oh, first shoutiness. Is it shouty? The guy's coming down. Anyway, is that on the screen? Oh, that's on the screen. Okay. They got rid of the wings in the end, which I'll talk about that kind of juxtaposition between this performance and the video afterwards. See, that high note for me, I just don't find that impressive. Like, obviously it's skilled, but it's just not pleasing to the ear. Like, it's one thing to be able to hit that note, but it's gotta sound nice. For me, that doesn't sound nice. It's just like really shouting in your ear. Oh, he does have the wings. Okay. I take back what I said earlier, he did have the wings. I was probably checking my phone during the live performance. Oh, he is Croatian. I didn't realize this was quite a long time ago I heard it. Oh, actually that makes sense because I remember him saying Luba, Luba, Luba. You can't have a Balkan song without Luba. I just think that looks really cheap. The guy's floating up on the screen, it's just... It almost feels like they're trying to trick you that maybe it is actually happening, but it's quite obvious it's not. Well, I say it's obvious. I thought they were real at the start, so maybe it did trick other people as well. I don't mind some of these bigger notes at the end, actually. I think some of them are a little bit more pleasing to hear. I like that bit actually, that was nice. That was good control of his voice. Okay. Do you know what? That wasn't as bad. I don't think it would move place for me, but that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Well, actually, let's start with a couple of positives. Rocco is, I like him. He seems like he's a young kid. I think he's 19 or so. You know, he's got a great voice. I think when he gets older and he's less kind of like urgent to show off his screaming potential and hones it in a little bit, I think he'd be a fantastic performer. The vocals in that were better than what I took away from the music video. Now, coming to the music video, my real issue with this song that really irked me and probably made me drop this a couple of places was that in the music video, they showed these videos of very serious things, flooding, some things to do with war as well. For me to use stuff like that, it has to be genuine. And when you go from that to a stage show where you're dressed in the white with the angel wings, and you've got naked dudes covered in gold paint. That does not fit in whatsoever with someone with the war pictures and the flood pictures at all. And for me, that means I start to question the usage of those pictures in the video, and for me it's exploitative. You know, there's lots of people in previous contests, I'm not going to go through all the list, there's lots of examples where people have some song about wars, but it's been consistent the whole way, and they've kept a more genuine tone throughout their pre and contest performance. That for me doesn't match. I'm getting the impression with that they were possibly panicking a little bit and feeling that they needed to oomph it and increase the camp and the showmanship, and they've added in these naked dudes and the wings and the very kind of like screensaver Diablo computer game background images. I said something along those lines in my original video, and I really got, I didn't get completely lambasted for it. Actually, funny enough, there were quite a few Croatians who commented in my original video kind of supporting, saying we didn't really like this song, there were other better songs in the national final. I agree, I like the song that came third, that was called Bolero or something, Balolero. Probably wouldn't have qualified either, if we're honest, but at least it was a little bit fun, it was memorable, it was catchy. The visuals in it were really cool and fit the song. And I think there was like a rockish type song that came second as well that was pretty decent. I didn't really like this song as a choice. I felt it was, as a song, a little bit too dependent on his vocals, and really the melody is just a little bit dull. It's just dun 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 in terms of like da 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 da. And for me, that's just like not a very interesting song transition. So I feel like they could have chosen better songs in the national final. Rocco's a very young guy. I don't think he's behind any of these decisions. I don't think he's like, oh, let's put in war images, let's give me naked dudes, let's give me gold paint. I think this is the production team behind him. I don't know who's responsible for that, but I wouldn't put that on Rocco. And I'd be happy to see him come back in a future competition. I think when he's more mature, his vocals will be a little bit more contained, controlled power instead of just like blah. Yeah, so let's look at how the song did. So the song didn't do terribly. In terms of televoting, it came 12th. Not too surprising. It does tap into the like kind of kitsch, memorable show. Like I said at the end, there's one of his ad-libs at the end there. That was quite nice. With the jury, he was 15th of 18. Let's see where those points came from. In fairness, those jury points did come from a range of countries. They didn't come from all Balkan ones. And those are legit jury points. And then the televoting ones, 10 from North Macedonia, 8 from Austria. 11 of the 18 countries gave it some form of points, giving it a total of 38. So, you know, not terrible. So yeah, this is one of the songs that moved down for me. It was actually 37th originally in my reaction list, and I moved it down to 39. That's my first dropper. Don't worry, there's lots more droppers coming up. There's gonna be a lot. There's actually quite a lot of movement. So my final list is gonna be actually quite different from my first reaction scoreboard. What am I hoping for the 2020 season? Well, hopefully Dora comes back and we have a national final. We've already possibly lost Destination Eurovision, which is terrible because that was my favorite non-melody festival national final last year, so it would be terrible to lose another one. So hopefully Dora's coming back. I generally really like Croatia. I remember Lighthouse, and then we had Crazy, and then we had Jack Kudek, who I feel was heavily influencing that performance, but I did enjoy his song. So Croatia on a bit of a roll for me. And you know, considering Croatia pretty much has the same population as Ireland, it's another example of someone with a smaller population than Ireland doing really well. Like Estonia, I'm already super impressed with, and they've got half the population of Ireland. So we need to... Yeah, don't worry, Ireland's coming up in the not too distant future. Croatia generally is a country that I expect a good song, so I think that probably amplifies my disappointment a little bit that I didn't get a good song from them this year. But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for next year. That's 2 non-qualifications in a row for them. I really feel like Franca was a little bit robbed. She was in that semi-final of death. So I'm sure that Croatia are going to want to come back and really qualify next year. So what did you think about Rocco's final performance? Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I love hearing everything that you got to say. And thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.